I was at the countryside in Iraq, a IED, but it was contained of three 80 millimeter mortar rounds, and on top of it had like 2.5 pounds of C4.
I was stationed in Taji, Iraq. That's about 17 miles north of Baghdad. Three EFPs, which are explosively formed projectiles. They're forms of IEDs, but they're laser triggered. So once the truck that I was in broke the beam, the laser beam, it just pretty much set off three IEDs.
I sustained, I have a titanium rod in my lower left leg. I have two screws in the ankle, two screws in the knee to hold it in place. I have a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury. A little bit of plantar fasciitis, which is in the foot from walking. I now developed scoliosis now from carrying heavy loads on the rucksack.
Since the injury, I've had to adapt a whole lot. Physically, I'm fine. I mean, I have I have the amputation and I have shrapnel on the left side of my body and also my right leg. The shrapnel tends to come out every once in a while just because the body doesn't recognize it. Some of it stays there. Some of it has grown scar tissue around it, so it's kind of made its way. It's kind of made a home for itself in my body. But some of it, sometimes just sporadically just comes out, and it hurts like a bitch. Can I curse? Cool, because it hurts like a bitch.
Some of the challenges I faced were learning how to walk again. Then afterwards, getting readjusted back to society. Because at first it didn't hit me, but as time progressed, I started to notice little things like road rage, and I'm always on high alert wherever I go.
Well, being injured changes your life. I had to pretty much learn how to live all over again. With an amputation like mine, I have a brand new center of gravity. So that was hard getting used to. I couldn't sit up on my own, couldn't do anything on my own pretty much. And while I was in Iraq, I bled for about 6 hours, I believe somebody told me. So that caused a traumatic brain injury, lack of oxygen to the brain, and I spent about 2 weeks in a coma as well. The Wonder Warrior Project has been a great help. As soon as I got to America, to DC, to Walter Reed, the hospital in DC, the Wonder Warrior Project is the first thing that you see pretty much. They're there to welcome you home and pretty much provide activities and events that will transition you back to a normal life, so to speak. So they do a lot of trips and a lot of things focused on you coming back to a civilian status, more or less. After a meeting with Command Sergeant Major retired Jose Garcia, I've been put in a place where I can help people, all the soldiers, all the Wonder Warriors, their families. So I work with Operation Give Back, and we're just trying to pretty much trying to help whoever we can in the Wonder Warrior community, being their families or themselves. I believe things go the way they're supposed to go, as far as the bigger picture, as far as God is concerned and stuff like that. So I wouldn't change anything because it's made me a better person, but I've always said, no disrespect to my friends and family, but if I could give my life up for my friends, the ones that passed away, I would in a heartbeat. I mean, these guys had kids and stuff like that. Like, looking at it in the grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying? They all had kids. I didn't. I was barely 20 years old. I didn't know what life was about, you know what I'm saying? So they've lived life, and they had kids, and they have things. Not that I don't have things to look forward to and family to love, and they love me, of course. But if I could, I would change that day.
life now, it's good. Like I said, there are days where, you know, I want more, but then I stop and think and realize, you know, there's someone way worse off than I am. You know, there's people who are, you know, a paycheck away from losing their homes and stuff like that. I mean, I think about that, I can't complain.
Government's taking care of me pretty well. I've never had any problems with the VA, so I'm pretty well taken care of, so I have really nothing to complain about.
I appreciate everything more now. Before, you know, you take little things for granted. Then you go to other countries, see how people can't listen to radios, can't wear certain types of clothing, and now it just makes you appreciate everything more.
I'm living. Some people can't say that right now, you know. And my friends gave up the ultimate sacrifice for our country, for our freedom, for our liberty. So I try to live my life. I try to make them proud. Try to live their life through mine, or my life through theirs. I don't know how you would put that, but that's pretty much what I'm trying to do right now. Just living my life and trying to make them proud and trying to help as many people as I can.